What up YouTube, Doomnyc here with another deck profile. This is like a fun deck that I'm testing out right now. This is my Flamvell deck. I'm actually playing, just play testing it. I say it's a fun deck because I don't run any traps. I'll just show you guys the deck. And I'll try to explain as best I can. So, 3 Fire Dogs, obviously your big beater, destroy monster, special summon, and what's really good about this is now you don't only have to go for magician. You can go into all different types of things. Sometimes I won't even go into a tuner. I'll get like another big beater. So actually, it's really good. 2 magician, not the standard 3. And you guys have to play the deck to really, see why you only need 2 of these guys. But definitely you have to play that. 2 sabers. Neo Flamvell Saber, really good to get out early game, especially first turn. If I summon Fire Dog, I kill a monster. I might bring this out because this goes from 15 to 2100, so that's like a big chunk of damage that I might take off right there. So again, this is really good and necessary for one of the synchros, but we'll get into that in a second. 2 Neo Flamvell Shamans. This guy is really good. It's a level 3 1700 beat stick, so already that's really good. And if this guy destroys your opponent's monster and you have like 3 or more Flamvells, then you get to remove from play 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. So that's really good. It's good to draw this later in the game, or you can always get it out with Fire Dog. 1 Hedgehog. I do play 1 Archer, and a lot of people are playing Hedgehog over Archer, but there's been too many times where I play Rekindling and I get a whole bunch of Flamvells back on the field, and then I can just tribute Archer to get, the attack boost. But 1 Hedgehog is still good. It's, level 3 tuner, which Flamvells were lacking for a while besides Archer, and because you don't want to run too many Archers. So 1 Hedgehog is good. And if you guys don't know this guy's effect, when he's destroyed by battle, you can remove from play 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. And if he's destroyed by card effect, then you get to add 1 level 4 or lower Flamvell from your graveyard to your hand. So it's not bad. It's pretty good. But most of the time it gets milled, and that's what you want anyway. 1 Flamvell Archer, again for the attack boost. So in the second level 3. Only 1 Flamvell Origin. He has a really good effect, and especially it's good if you draw it early, like first turn, because then you can just summon a Fire Dog or a Saber, special summon this, and then you can sync for a level 6 if you want. But I only play 1 because drawing this late game is like really dead, so that's why I only play 1 of those. 1 Flamvell Baby and 1 Flamvell Pound. These are like your level 1 Flamvells. They come in really handy, especially when you want to go into Trishula, so I do play 1 of each of those. Now for the other monsters, I play 1 Gores, and obviously I said there's no traps in this deck, so you gotta play this guy. Summoner Monk, you gotta play this. This is so live all the time. Like every single time I have this card in my hand, it's always live because I don't play any traps, so that card's really good. Double Card Trooper. Just milling, and you gotta mill a lot in this deck for it to be good. 2 Lilas, back row destruction, and you get to mill 3. So again, quick milling, good for playing first turn. 2 Raikos, not 3, just 2, because I only want to run 4 lights one. So 2 Raiko, 2 Lila. It seems to work pretty good. And then the last monsters is Plague Spreader and Glow Up. This is just stuff that you can mill to the graveyard, and it can end up plussing you later. So that's really good. Alright, now for the spells. You definitely want to play 3 Rekindlings. This card is broken. This card is so good, especially if you can really mill really fast and then get these Rekindlings to your hand. Like, it's really good. You have to play 3 because you do mill a lot. Like, you'll mill through half your deck in like 4 turns. So definitely I would play 3 because you need to get this card. It's hard to win if you can win if you don't get it, but it's way easier if you do get it. Double Pot of Avarice, milling stuff so you get it back. 1 charge for more milling and searching. Double Sark, and you can put away, first and foremost, you put away Rekindling.
Then secondly, I would put away Pot of Avarice, and then third, I would put away Giant Trunade, depending on what you have in your hand already. So it should go in that order. Mind Control, because you run a lot of tuners. Dark Hole, Monster Reborn. This is staple stuff. Double Nobleman of Extermination, and this is why I don't run any traps, because I run a lot of back row hate. So 2 Noblemans, you can hit your opponent's bottomless trap holes, their D prisons. So this ends up being really good. Double MST and 1 Trunade. Now, the whole thing with the deck, this is why I play so much back row destruction, is because you make sure that you have a clear field to get your rekindling plays off and stuff like that. Also, there's no traps, so essentially that leaves 3 cards in your opponent's deck as being dead. The 2 MSTs and the Trunade, which mostly everyone's playing, so those cards end up being dead. And I run all those spells, so Summoner Monk is always live no matter what. Side deck: Ancient Fairy, Chimera Tech, double Cyber Dragon, Puppet Plant, Effect Veilers, double Crossout, Taming, double Imperial Iron Wall, double Chain Disappearance, and Royal Oppression. More than likely, I'm only going to side Royal Oppression in against Gladbeast. Everything else, because I do special summon a lot, so I'd only play this against Gladbeast. Extra deck. Okay, 1 Formula, 1 Catastor, 1 Sea Dragon, because you can get this, and when you play Rekindling, you can get 5 monsters on the field at once. So you can sync for this, and then you can probably go Trishula, so this guy will go to 3,000, and just do a whole bunch of stuff from there. 1 Bryonic, Flamvell, or Archesis. The only thing about this guy I don't like is he has 400 defense. I don't know if you guys could see that, but he's got 400 defense, so you can't bring this guy back with Rekindling, so that kind of sucks. Arcanite, because you can get this out with Lila, so this is actually really good, and it's a big play in the deck. Black Rose. Alright, here we go. 2 Ancient Flamvell Deities. This card is so good. A lot of people are sleeping on this card. This card is really good. First of all, it's a level 7, and you can only get this out with a fire tuner and a non-tuner pyro monster. So you can get this out with like Hedgehog or Archer and Saber, or Flamvell Magician and Neo Flamvell Shaman, because Neo Flamvell Shaman is a pyro type now. When you get this guy out, depending on how many cards your opponent has in their hand will determine how many cards you can remove from their graveyard. So if your opponent's playing kind of conservative, and then you synchro for this, and they have 3 cards in their hand, you can remove 3 cards from their graveyard. This essentially becomes very good because he's already a 2500 beater, and he gains 200 for every card removed by that effect. So if you remove 3 cards, now he becomes 3100 and essentially stronger than all the monsters that your opponent can play. That makes this guy very good, and he's very easy to summon. Thought Ruler, 1 Stardust, Scrap Dragon, just because with Rekindling plays you can go Scrap Dragon and still have a monster left over. Double Trishula, because it's just so easy to get out in this tech, and 1 Shooting Star. So that is my Neo Flamvell deck, guys. I hope you guys like it. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to thumbs up. And until next time, YouTube, peace.